Hi there. It's Monday, December 19th, and I haven't vlogged in a little while. Haven't really felt up for it, and coming back to YouTube this time around, it's been something I really want to do because I want to do it and not because I feel like I have to do it. So I took a couple weeks off. Honestly, I think I've just been feeling burnt out on business and social media, and it's just kind of like that point in the year where nothing feels like it gets done. I did my last pop-up event of the year yesterday. Felt very much like I was walking over the finish line. I showed up to that event like, let's just get through this, and I wasn't excited about it in the same way I was excited about the pop-ups I was doing earlier this year, which tells me I just did too many of them. The event itself is one I've done before, and I love the people and the venue and the fellow vendors and business owners, but it was like my least profitable pop-up event maybe ever. Which is weird for it being like the weekend before Christmas. And like my energy was low, I was physically tired, and it was what it was. It felt so good to pack up my pop-up stuff for the rest of like the year, and I probably won't be doing pop-up events much in the first half of 2023. Part of the reason I wanted to pop on this vlog today was to just do some thinking and reflecting for my business in 2023, what my takeaways were from this year, and what sort of changes I'm gonna be making come January when we talk about business. So I'm gonna be doing that in the vlog today, and we are about to leave for holiday travels, so I don't know when this vlog is gonna be up. I edited another video this morning that I'm pretty excited about. It's called my 10 do's and don'ts for pop-ups. Really proud of that video. It was like super easy to film, and it was under 10 minutes, which I feel like I can never get a video under 10 minutes. So it's really amazing when video ideas like that just come to me, and it's like I have a clear goal of what I'm trying to say in the video. My vlogs, on the other hand, are rarely like that, as we know. These are my place to just let my consciousness flow forth and just say what comes to mind. I do have kind of like this running tab in my notes app of some of the reflections that I want to share with you. So you can treat this video almost like a podcast. You don't have to be looking at my face the whole time. You can be doing your laundry, eating your lunch. You can totally just listen to the audio. That's fine. There isn't going to be much interesting happening on the screen itself. But these are some of the more broad stroke and minute changes that I want to be making to my business for next year. The kind of broad stroke one is really focusing on multiple revenue streams. And some ideas that I have for this are things that I kind of already have in place, but just have been managing poorly, and I'm not getting the most out of them. So things like affiliate marketing through Amazon, sharing links to products that I use and recommend, because I get a commission from Amazon when I do that, and a lot of people find stuff like that helpful and useful. So I want to increase in affiliate marketing, getting more into like passive income streams like print on demand stuff, especially with things like greeting cards and stationery. So through websites like Thoughtful, there's ways for me to upload designs as greeting cards, and people can purchase them. Thoughtful takes care of the fulfillment, and I just get a cut of the profit. Obviously that's not a huge profit margin for me, but what it allows me to do is experiment a little bit more with what designs are selling well before I spend money on printing that product myself. So some more print on demand and third-party printing services, focusing on AdSense here on YouTube, and I think extending that to any way I can monetize videos on Instagram or other platforms like that. I'm very much not on TikTok. I don't think I'll ever be on TikTok. I get why it's been so helpful for so many businesses, but I just don't need another place to put my time. So especially YouTube and Instagram, I'm really trying to focus on making content that can exist on both platforms to minimize the amount of work that I have to do, and then also finding ways to just monetize the content I bring to YouTube, like vlogs, kind of like what I'm doing now, but just trying to be more efficient and effective at this form of revenue. Then the next one is online sales. I really want to drive up online sales in 2023 and focus less on in-person events. I don't never want to do another pop-up event, but I did too many pop-up events this year. I'm burnt out and tired, and I don't like feeling like I have to do them. I want to do them, especially around like October, November, December. Those are big product months. I may try and do one around May for like Mother's Day and graduation season, but I really don't want to feel like I have to do 2 events a month just to like get sales. And so I'm gonna take the money that I would typically be spending on booth fees for pop-up events, and I'm gonna be channeling that into advertising. So Google ads, trying to explore Pinterest a little bit more. And that is just to drive traffic to my website to increase online sales. I would love for the shop to just be like the main source of income. And then affiliate advertising and AdSense is all extra on top of that. And that kind of leads me to one major change that I am looking at doing in 2023, and that is selling both on my own website and on Etsy. I didn't love the idea of having my products on Etsy when I started my business because I don't like paying fees. At the same time, having my own independent website is not cheap either, and it's much harder for me to tell what's working and what's not. So on Etsy, I like that they do a lot of the marketing for me, and I can experiment much more with SEO and what sort of search terms and products do well certain times of year, in a way that like I can just take a lot of the legwork out. I don't plan on having my products on Etsy long term, but I do really want to give it a try for a year or maybe a few years, just while my shop continues to get off the ground, and then take what I have learned and channel that back into my own website. My plan is to basically leave my website as it is now, and every time I have a new product launching, I will put it both on my website and on Etsy. It's likely that I'll have to adjust the prices on Etsy to accommodate for the increased fees, so it's sort of like this: if you're in the know and you go directly to my website, you probably save $1 to 50 cents off of a product. But if you're buying on Etsy, it's gonna be a little bit more because the fees are a little bit more. But that's kind of my plan for right now. And then I kind of already mentioned wanting to explore a little bit more Google ads and how to promote my website through like paid advertising. That's something I dabbled with a little bit this year and then kind of put a pause on it because I was realizing there's probably a better, smarter way that I could be doing this, and I just don't have the time to figure it out. So I'm just putting money into something that's kind of half-assed, and I want to whole-ass it in 2023. And then I mentioned too, exploring Pinterest, and specifically exploring Pinterest not for promoting my products, but for promoting my blog, podcast episodes, YouTube, and Reels, or my Instagram. So basically Pinterest is like the place I want to use to drive traffic to my more value-based content, and Google ads I want to use to drive traffic to my products. I want to increase focus on YouTube videos and make YouTube videos about small business stuff, like the video I just filmed and edited, my 10 pop-up do's and don'ts, because I thought that was a really fun video to make, and I got to film like fun B-roll footage, and I like the idea of making videos like that feel intentional and useful and can exist as like evergreen content that I can turn into blogs and podcast episodes and short form video for YouTube and Instagram. And then yes, my big takeaway is to reduce the amount of pop-ups that I'm doing and channel those funds into advertising instead. And then to also be a little bit more intentional about the pop-ups that I'm doing. I did a lot of pop-ups this year that were very like casual brewery pop-ups, which were fun and great, but the amount that I paid versus the amount that I earned back was just not really enough to justify doing that the same way again. So I'm gonna be shifting towards pop-up events that are a little bit more curated towards what I assume is going to be my ideal customer, my ideal audience, which are more expensive events and they happen less often, but that's kind of a good pace for me, I think. And then I also, from a product perspective, in my shop, I'm going to be making some pretty major changes. You guys know at some point in the last year, I discontinued postcards because they just didn't sell well in my shop. And I took a good hard look at a lot of the products that I offer in my shop, and I am going to be discontinuing some more items in 2023. I'm going to be phasing out tote bags entirely. I don't love making them and they take so much time. I like the idea of being able to offer tote bags, and they are one of my more big ticket items that sell okay, but every time I have to restock them, I want to like pull my hair out. So I'm going to be discontinuing tote bags and then kind of by association zipper pouches as well. Again, they just don't sell super well, but I am going to be offering a sale where I basically clear out my stock of tote bags and zipper pouches in early 2023, probably sometime around my shop anniversary, which is January 22nd. So keep an eye out because I'm going to be having some new products launching in January, but I'm also going to be clearing out a lot of the old stuff. So yeah, tote bags and zipper pouches are out. I want to lean more on stationery products. I really liked designing my self-care checklist and my undated daily planner notepad this year, and they've sold pretty well. So I want to make more stuff like that and probably even dabble into digital downloads a little bit more in 2023. I just want to really lean into the fact that I started this business as a stationery business, making stickers. And while I do think there are people out there that want to buy a sticker and a mug at the same time, there's probably more people that want to buy like a notepad and a sticker sheet and a pen because those things all make sense together. I also think I'm going to be discontinuing the build your own bundles. I thought they were going to do better than they did, honestly, especially around the holiday season, and they just didn't. I did a couple and they were fun, but I think it's just not something that sells well. It would be great if it did because it increases the average sale price at my pop-up like events, which was great. You know, I'm gonna be much more likely to make the booth fee back if I'm making a $30 sale than I am, you know, $5 $3 sales. So I just don't think that I was able to execute it in the way that I wanted, and I think it's a little bit confusing for people. So I'm gonna probably discontinue those from my website as well, just because I want to like narrow the focus a little bit more. So tote bags are out, zipper pouches are out, mugs I'm keeping, but they're really gonna have to earn their place in 2023. Otherwise, I don't think I'm gonna continue making them because they're a lot of work too. And I don't sell enough of them to really justify continuing to restock or make new designs. So those are a lot of the really big takeaways, and I hope this doesn't sound like doomy or gloomy. It's really not. I had a lot of great successes and wins in the past year. I'm proud of how many pop-up events that I did. I'm proud of how I like hustled while still working a full-time job and doing this on the side. I'm so appreciative and thankful for like the friends and family that came out to pop-up events, and especially to my boyfriend for helping me set up at pretty much every single event. We're both just very tired, and I think balancing my full-time job and looking at like the aspects of that I want to change to like be more in alignment with my financial goals, I'm also having to look at my small business and ask the same hard questions of what's working and what's not. So yeah, those are my big takeaways for my business in 2023, and I can't wait to kind of dive in. I'm very ready for a break though. Right now my shop is like on vacation mode unofficially. You can still place orders, but I'm not gonna fulfill them until the first week of January. And I'm gonna very much just enjoy some peace and quiet so that I feel inspired to create things again and get into hand lettering and new designs. And yes, my next launch will be in early January for my shop's second birthday. But that's pretty much all I have for this video. Thanks for watching or listening. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what your goals are going into 2023, and I hope they're not about trying to change who you are or what you look like. You're perfect just the way that you are, but I think it is good to set goals. So let me know what your goals are in the new year, and especially if you're a business owner, how you're planning to improve your business and marketing plan for 2023. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Happy New Year, happy holidays, and I'll talk to you soon.